you are fundraising for a nonprofit, you need to familiarize yourself with an increasingly popular trend in charitable giving, the giving circle. In this video, I'm going to talk about what a giving circle is, what they do, and how your nonprofit might be able to tap into them in order to increase your donor base. Let's go. Welcome or welcome back. I'm Amber Melanie Smith. I'm a nonprofit founder, social entrepreneur, and social impact YouTuber. I love making videos to help people who want to make a difference in the world and might just need some help and support figuring out the steps to do that. Don't forget to check out my other videos. I've got stuff on fundraising and grants and starting a nonprofit and what is a social enterprise and all of these great questions. I hope you find these resources helpful to you. I also have a newsletter that I will link below this video where I send out social impact tips and strategies as well as sometimes funding opportunities. You don't want to miss that, so definitely subscribe using the link below this video. Okay, first things first, what exactly is a giving circle? A giving circle is a type of collective giving that has really gained a lot of steam over the past, I would say, 10 or 20 years. I'm sure helped along by advances in the internet and social media. Though collective giving has been around for a while, this idea of a giving circle has really had sort of a moment in the philanthropy and charity space as of late. So here's how it works. Basically, imagine if you wanted to donate to a cause, but you don't have a lot of money. You could join a giving circle and pool your $10, $25, $50, $100 that might not seem like a lot of money to you just on its own. You pool it with the same gifts of same amounts to come up with a larger gift together with other people. So you join a group and you say, we'd like to find a cause where we can donate $10,000, but I don't have $10,000. So several people come together and they pool their money and voila, a larger gift is formed. This is an important concept because I think that charitable giving is often thought of as the realm of the wealthy or affluent people who can afford to donate. But a giving circle sort of democratizes this idea of giving by allowing small amounts of money to come together to form a larger gift and make a bigger financial impact on the nonprofits that you care about. And for nonprofits, giving circles are a great way to be introduced to and build relationships with new donors who maybe while they're giving small amounts through their giving circle might be sometime down the line in their lives able to give a larger gift as an individual or major donor to your organization later. A little bit more about the history of giving circles because I think this is really interesting. Like I said, collective giving has been around for a long time. This idea of a giving circle has kind of evolved and emerged out of things like mutual aid societies or self-help groups from hundreds of years ago across numerous cultures around the globe. So there really is something very universal about this. This particular movement towards giving circles, I think, started to emerge in maybe like the 90s up through the 2010s. Certainly, like I said, helped along by social media and the ease of now finding others who might join you to pool your gifts together. But what's really interesting is this is becoming a more popular method for millennials and Gen Z to donate to maximize their gift. All right, how are donations or grants given through giving circles to nonprofits? Let's talk a little bit more about that. So we know more about what giving circles are and how they came to be. The basic steps for how funds are given to nonprofits through giving circles are similar across giving circles, but I do want to add the disclaimer that every giving circle is different. When people come together to pool their money, they're deciding as a group the process by which they want to select a nonprofit to give the money to, how they're going to vote or choose the charity, and then how they're going to distribute the funds. So every one of them is going to be a little bit different, which is something to keep in mind if you are trying to engage a giving circle in supporting your cause. But the basic steps are roughly similar. So let's talk through those. The first is pooling funds. The members of the giving circle come together. Oftentimes you have to agree to a donation amount in order to be a member. So for example, there's a giving circle in my local area that requires its members to give $100 every quarter. And since they have over 100 members, that equates to over a $10,000 donation to the charity that they choose each quarter. So that's pretty cool. But like I said, these groups are going to vary. The donation amounts could vary also. It could be $5 a year. It really depends on what the group members decide in the giving circle. So they pool their funds. That's step number one. The second step is identifying potential grantees or nonprofits who are going to receive the money that they raise by pooling their money together. I've seen a lot of different ways that giving circles do this. Some might have a formal application process where your nonprofit can apply just like you might apply for any other type of grant. Some might just choose the nonprofit based on who the group members know or like. So internal group members nominate the charity from within and they have a discussion and they decide based on that. Some might invite nonprofits to do an actual in-person presentation or pitch to the members. I've seen that done as well. So the ways that potential nonprofits are chosen can vary. So if you try to engage a giving circle, just something to think about and make sure to do your research and really study the process that they ask for applying to get the support. Part 3 is vetting and deliberation. This is how the giving circle narrows down its nominated or suggested nonprofits down to the top ones they're going to choose from or the one that they're going to choose to give their grant to. Like I said before, this could look like a lot of things. Some of them might have a scoring rubric where they're scoring a nonprofit based on factors like does the mission align with the giving circle's giving preferences? Are the organization's finances strong? Does it have good leadership? Does it seem sustainable? Like all of the same types of factors you might be considered for in a typical grant application could be questions that giving circles also ask of nonprofits to help make their decision. So I found this one giving circle in Tampa and I think it's really interesting. You can see in this example of a giving circle, it's called Tampa Women for Good. They are having their discussion online through the platform that they're using to facilitate their giving about the nonprofits they want to vote for. And you can see a group leader is asking members to make their votes so that they can select the charity that's going to receive the money. Step 4 is decision making. This is where they're compiling their research and any information they gained through an application process or pitch or presentation to make their ultimate decision on what nonprofit they're going to support with their pooled funds. Like I said before, this can be influenced by the particular giving circle's goals. I've seen some giving circles who say they want to focus on children's causes or environmental causes. So you can, as a giving circle member, influence, the types of issues that you want to focus on. But normally giving circles are going to decide through some kind of democratic process. We talked about voting before. Because everyone is pooling a donation and it's typically the same amount of money that each member is donating, that is sort of like having an equal vote in a group. So it's normally through some kind of democratic process that the nonprofit is selected. Once the nonprofit is chosen, step 5 is distributing the money, getting the funding to the nonprofit. Sometimes this is a lump sum donation. It might also be, divided amongst quarters of a year, or it might be divided amongst multiple charities. Maybe they just couldn't decide, or they had a split vote and they wanted to pick 3 charities to give their money to. Anything is possible. And step 6 is engaging with the nonprofit world outside of giving. A lot of these giving circles also have opportunities to volunteer or learn more about the issues tackled by the nonprofits because they want to make sure that their members are informed and engaged with the issues in their community to help them decide where they're wanting to give their money. Let's talk about how you can find a giving circle that your nonprofit might be able to engage with. Because giving circles are so popular now and growing in popularity each year, it's becoming easier and easier to find them. And there are even some websites popping up where you can search for giving circles or contacts who are in giving circles in your local community. So I'm going to share a couple of those. The first is Grapevine. This is a website specifically dedicated to helping people form and manage their own giving circles, and it also serves as a directory so you can find giving circles in your city. This is great for people who want to join giving circles, but it's also helpful for nonprofits because it allows you to see what's going on in your city. Are there any giving circles that you might want to connect with there? Similarly, you have the 100 Who Care Alliance. This is kind of like Grapevine in the sense that it helps you find a giving circle in your area, but they're structured around this idea of having at least 100 members who are each giving a certain amount of money throughout the year so that they can really predict and count on having a certain size donation to give to a cause. And then a lot of community foundations are being the hosts or facilitators of giving circles in different cities too. So honestly, a simple Google search, like here's an example I'm doing. If you type in something like community foundation giving circle plus the name of your city, you're likely to come up with a list of giving circles in your area that way as well. When you find a giving circle that you might want to engage as a nonprofit, make sure you do your homework. Like I said, research and read through any materials they have on their selection process for nonprofits. And then if it's appropriate, reach out to the giving circle's leadership to just ask what opportunities there might be for your nonprofit to engage with its members. And on the flip side, maybe you want to join a giving circle or even start your own. You can use these same resources to find one in your community that you can join, something that matches, the amount you're able and interested in giving financially each year. When you register, you will probably be asked to make that financial contribution, so just something to be prepared for, but that's, what it's all about. And if you don't find one in your area, maybe start your own, because there's honestly no reason not to have infinite numbers of people giving to their community. I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever heard of a giving circle in your area? Maybe you're even part of a giving circle. What is that experience like? Share in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you are on the nonprofit side, you're starting a nonprofit, or maybe you're trying to figure out a sustainable fundraising strategy for your nonprofit, check out my website, foundertofulltime.com, where I have some online courses and articles and resources for people who are trying to start nonprofits and raise money for those organizations. I hope those resources are helpful to you. Also, I have my newsletter that I mentioned before. Don't forget to subscribe using the link below. And I also have a group on Facebook, Change the World or Bust, with thousands of people in there trying to make an impact and give back to their communities. So I hope you can join us there too. Thank you so much. I'm Amber Melanie Smith, and I'll see you next time.